Go. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
First off, give all praise to
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
We'll say Shalom to the elders and Achium through thy precepts.
I get understanding.
In D.C., District of Columbia, sharing this place down. It's one of the city-states, right? D.C. is sovereign from the United States of America. And today, coincidentally, is the day after Christmas, December 26th, which sparks off the first day of so-called Kwanzaa, which we got a lot of our people there in that delusional stronghold, okay, thinking that they're not going to worship the white man's gods and the white man's holy days, so they're going to invent their own, okay? Somebody get that in Sirach 12, men that start out inventions, many inventions. Because that's all people do. They seek out their own inventions. They seek out their own ways, okay? And forsake the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Gone.
You got that in the
This is Proverbs 1 and I'm sorry, 2.
Read out.
It says to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding.
To perceive the words of understanding.
It says to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and iniquity.
See, justice and judgment and iniquity.
Equity,
and equity, right? The Most High had gave us what? High holy days to reverence, right? Not Christmas, not Kwanzaa, where we're just creating that out of thin air. Who's got that? Men have sought many inventions. Ecclesiastes 12 and something. 14 maybe. All right, because that's all they do. Right. Let me go into the history of Kwanzaa real quick while they're getting that. All right. So this is the history of Kwanzaa. This is the history of Kwanzaa, right? Now it says Kwanzaa is an annual celebration of African American culture. So that's strike one right there. We're not African, nor are we Americans. Okay? We're Hebrew Israelites from our respective tribes. Ra-Ban, God, Yahweh, La Yah, Naphthal Yah. That's who the Most High said we was. That is held from December 26th, which is today, to January 1st. Strike two. January 1st is not the new year. You aware of that, sir? Right? What's up, bro?
What are y'all doing?
Huh?
What we doing?
Oh, we teaching the Bible.
Yep.
Y'all, you a Hebrew Israelite.
Your heritage.
That's what we out here doing.
Oh, yeah, I know the Israelites. Y'all black Israelites?
No, we're just Hebrew
No
Israelites.
such thing as black.
Yeah, we're not black
That's
people.
Israelite right there.
So from December 26th to January 1st, culminating in a communal feast, right? Usually held on the 6th day. Now, let's get some more history in it real quick. It says American Bungana Karanga created Kwanzaa in 1966 during the aftermath of the Watts riots. So Jake is trying to lean onto things that's going to make them feel good, give them an identity. Okay, we already know about the Watts riots and how Jake was tearing things up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know who they are, you know? The scriptures say that our people as in bulls and nets. That's why Yahweh Shai is coming for that remnant, the elect. Hold on, it's not here. It says, as a specifically African-American holiday. But really, this is another unholy day, man.
This is Proverbs 24 and 21.
Bring it up.
Read out.
It says, my son, fear thou the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the king, and meddle not with them that are given the change.
Exactly, the Most High changed not, right? In the book of Amos. Most High doesn't change at all. It says, Karinga, slightly if I'm saying this guy's name wrong, said his goal was to give blacks an alternative to the existing holiday of Christmas. You know, with the white Jesus and the white angels, they wanted to have our own thing, so to speak. But the Most High gave us our own thing through the precepts. And give blacks an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history. Strike three. That's not our history, okay? Our history doesn't start or the transatlantic slave trade. It doesn't start Amistad. It doesn't start, and all these other things that they're giving us, man. Our history goes way deep, man. Okay, kings and priests, mighty
That's
men,
right.
mighty men.
That's right.
Who got that in Ecclesiastes?
Y'all got that. Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Read out.
It says, "Lo, this only have I found." It says that the Most High have made man upright.
The Most High the Most High had made men upright. Where's our uprightness found? They're the laws He laid down for us, the way of living.
It says, "But they have sought out many inventions."
Like Kwanzaa is an invention that this guy created in 1966 to give us a so-called identity. Somebody get Matthew 18:11. And let me get John 4:25.
This is First Maccabees 3:48.
Read out.
It says, "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought out to paint the likeness of their images."
Right, that's what the heathen do.
The image of the beast, the system. You know, they're trying to conform Jake in a new way, in a new identity, and they want to claim to be us and take on our customs with paganism. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Where we at?
What you want?
John 4:25. But first, let me get Matthew 18:11.
This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 11.
Read out.
For the Son of Man is come to save that which is lost.
See, the Son of Man, Yahushua, came to save that which was lost. Like they got that saying, it's a psalm, I was once lost, but now I'm found. We're found when the Most High stirred up our pure minds again. John 6:44, keep going out. Yeah.
How think ye if a man have 100 sheep and one of them be gone astray?
So if a man that would have 100 sheep and one of them will go astray, so now he's got 99 sheep.
Does he not leave the 99 and 9 and go into the mountains and seek that which is gone astray?
Exactly. So if you had 100 sheep and one of them went astray, you're going to care for that sheep. You're going to leave the 99 unattended. You're going to go into the wilderness to search for that one that was lost. That's why Yahushua said none of the hopeful elect, none of them are going to be taken from out of his hands. Okay? Now, going back into that Kwanzaa thing, the etymology of that word means first fruits. You know, and that's real spiritual because the Most High called the elect the first fruits. We're trying to be the first fruits in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
We're trying to be part of that election. We want to be the first fruits. But even in our high holy days, we have in Leviticus 23, it tells you about the holy days of the Most High. Not things that Jake done invented in 1966. But we got a feast day, okay, which feast means an appointed time of the first fruits of harvest. When you're worshiping and thanking the Most High for a plentiful harvest, that you may be able to eat and sustain yourself, man. The scriptures tell you that what sustains man, bread, water, things that's going to become very scarce pretty soon. Where's that? Give me Leviticus 23:5 real quick.
This is Leviticus 23:5. In the 14th day of the first month, at even.
Nine, my bad.
Oh, 9?
Yeah.
Leviticus 23:9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you,
When ye be coming to the land that I give of you, read on.
And shall reap the harvest thereof.
And shall reap the harvest thereof, right? Now the Most High, that land, that fertile crescent he gave us, it was a land flowing with milk and honey. Genesis 3:17. Brothers delegate, who's going to get that? It was a land flowing with milk and honey, man. Meaning what? A goodly land to cultivate, okay, to grow crops on, and then live off the land, because that's really the whole goal of humanity, is to get you a plot of land and live off of that land, to have your own things going on, right? Like we was in a car, Kafash. Remember we was talking about if you want to buy a house, you got to get a loan from a bank.
Yeah, nobody got $300,000. And you subject to the payments.
And you're subject on the payments.
And the usury.
Yep. Keep going.
Then ye shall bring a sheep of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
Come, because that was what? Showing the Most High, giving him reverence for you being able to sustain yourself, man. You know? So, keep going.
And he shall wave the sheep before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheep and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
See that, for a burnt offering unto the Most High, which was going to be what to him? A sweet savor, right? And that goodly land flowing with milk and honey. Get your precept,
And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor.
For what?
For a
Sweet savor.
To the Most High, that was a sweet savor for the Most High. You know? But through our transgressions, that becomes a stink to the Most High. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 11. I'm going to start at 1.
Read out.
It says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom.
See that? When pride cometh, then cometh shame. So these people celebrating Kwanzaa thinking they're getting out of that Christmas jam, you're going to be put to shame, man. The Most High, Yahweh, never gave us Kwanzaa.
Verse 3,
Celebrate.
it says, the integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of the transgressors shall destroy them. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but the righteousness deliver from death.
Well, righteousness will deliver you from death, man. What we got in John?
John 4:25.
Read out.
No.
The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah is come.
35. My fault. John 4:35.
John 4:35.
But that's good too, because we know that the Messiah is going to come once again, right?
That's right.
He's going to put chains around you heathens' neck. If you don't know
Right.
what a heathen is, a heathen is somebody that's not a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
That doesn't descend from black, Latino, or Native American ancestry, or scattered abroad. Okay? Keep going out.
John 4:35.
Read out.
Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest.
See, there are not 4 months and then come the harvest. The new year starts when the barley is ripe, okay? Which would be around so-called March, April. That's the real beginning of the new year, man. Not January 1st, when you're worshiping the Greek god Janus, which means beginnings, but nothing grows in the wintertime, which proves that this is a dead state and not the beginning of anything. You know, in the springtime is when things spring forth. New life springing forth. That's when the new year starts. Go ahead. But Yahushua said there are yet 4 months and then the harvest. What was he referring to? Leviticus. The givings of the first fruits, the sheep offering. You know? Just like how we're making our bodies a living sacrifice as an offering to the Most High. Do you believe in the Most High? Go ahead, Ak.
John 4:35.
Read out.
Say ye not, there are yet 4 months, and then the harvest. Come the harvest.
Read out.
Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the field, for they are white already to harvest.
See that? For they are white, already to harvest, already for the gathering. We're trying to gather the election, man. We get Revelation 14:1. We're trying to gather the hopeful elect. You know?
Revelation 14:1.
Read out.
And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion.
Who's that lamb? That lamb is Yahushua. John 1:29 tells you who the lamb is, who people ignorantly call Jesus.
And with him 144,000.
And how many?
144,000.
12,000 out of each tribe.
having his father's name written in their forehead.
Having the Father's name written in their forehead, man. Just like in Ezekiel chapter 9, when it tells you the 6 men from the upper room, which represented them seraphs, they're doing what? They're Xing brothers for exemption of judgment, man. And Lord willing, we get to be exempt from judgment. Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, what's your nationality?
I'm from Iran.
You from Iran?
Yes.
Oh, what was Iran formerly known as? Let me get Ezekiel 38 for because Iran, that's a new name for that landmass. You know?
It's Persia.
Exactly. It was called Persia.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Holy Bible? Or the Holy Quran?
You know, I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
But I don't practice.
I got you.
You know, essentially, I
38
think
for Persia and all that. Okay,
Right.
so what we're out here doing is preaching the Bible and telling the nation of Israel, because that's what the Bible pertains to, that they have to repent and come back to the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. And all the other nations outside of that, their judgment is slavery for 1,000 years. Who got something? I got it. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38, starting at verse 4.
Read out.
And I will turn thy hook, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth, and all that army, horses and horsemen,
Right?
all of them, clothed with all sorts of armor.
Right. Now that represents the armies. You know, World War III, so-called, is about to happen on Earth. The Bible calls it Armageddon or Hamagadwan,
That's right.
a mountain of troops. Go ahead, Op.
This is Revelations 11 and 14.
Bring it out.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
War means destruction. You know, destruction's coming to Iran. You got family there?
Yeah.
Right. Well, hey, my advice to you is you should go back there, you know, because all our hell's coming to America. You got a chance to still go back there, you know? Get your precept out.
This is Luke 12, and I'm going to start at 50.
Bring it out.
But I have a baptism to be baptized with,
Right.
and how am I straight until it be accomplished?
Now that was Yahweh Shai. Well, I'm gonna call him Jesus because we got the heathen. Jesus said that because he had to die on the tree for the nation of Israel. You know? But that was a sacrifice that was only made for a particular people only. Matthew 1 or Luke 8, Luke 1:68. Masha, you stay there. Luke 1:68. Go ahead. All right.
And verse 51,
Look
Luke
it up.
12 and 51 says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
I would rather you not, but this is a so-called free country. We took a photo with you.
You know, if
But-
you're not okay, I don't take it.
All right, yeah, I don't want
Okay.
that.
I'll
All
do
right.
that.
Luke 12 and 51,
Yeah.
suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
This is Jesus Christ, so-called. He said, suppose ye I came to say peace on earth.
I tell you nay.
He said what?
I tell you nay.
Nay's Old English for no. Heck no. Go ahead.
But rather division.
So he's going to divide people up, you know? Like how he just read, he's going to put the hooks in the jaws of nations like Iran. And keep going out. Ezekiel 38.
Okay.
Russia.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4,
Bring it out.
all of them clothed with all sorts of armor,
Uh-huh.
even a great company,
Yep.
with buckler and shield.
Yep.
All of them handling swords. Persia,
What?
Ethiopia,
Wait.
Persia.
Persia, or formerly known as Iran was formerly known as Persia. So your homeland is going to be involved in this conflict as well. Go ahead.
Ethiopia,
Right?
and Libya,
And Libya,
with them, all of them with shield and helmet.
see that all of them ready to go to war. Okay? In Revelation 16, it says that the Most High is going to dry the Euphrates and make a way for the kings of the east. So nations like Iran, nations like Russia, nations like North Korea, they're going to go to war with the NATO nations like Germany. I mean, it's not like what's the NATO, yo?
NATO, you got
America,
UK,
North American Treaty
England, all of them nations, Norway,
Sweden,
France, Italy.
and they're going to be pitted against one another. Go
This
ahead.
is Jeremiah 51. I'm going to start at 5.
Bring it up.
Bring it out.
It says, for Israel have not been forsaken.
And that's
nor-
the point. the nation of Israel is not forsaken. Now,
Not the people in Israel right now.
remember who I told you who Israel is? Who's Israel? The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, how long have you been living in America? 10 years? So in your 10 years of being in America, have you noticed the oppression of Hispanics and black people? We're not treated the same, you know?
Yes.
You noticed that, correct?
Yeah.
See that? But the Most High said he's not going to forsake Israel. We've been forsaken because of our transgression. Yep.
This is Jeremiah 51:5. For
Read up.
Israel,
I appreciate that.
for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God. It says,
For Judah of his God. So God, there's only one God, correct? So the one God, according to the Bible, he's only dealing with the nation of Israel.
it says, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled.
Hey, Wisdom of Solomon 12:20.
It says, though their land was filled with
you very much.
sin against the Holy One of Israel.
Can I read you one more?
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says, though their land was filled with the sin against the Holy One of Israel,
Right?
flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
We have to flee mentally, first and foremost. We got to flee mentally from this place, man. Right?
It
Our
says-
people. Or we're going to be judged along with it.
It says, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her
Let
wine.
me ask this guy this.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
Exactly. Now, the Lord said Babylon, which means confusion, which America is a big melting pot of confusion. And that cup has been filled to the brim and has been dispersed amongst all the other nations. And all of them are drunk off a westernized philosophy, like women being equal to men, homosexuality. In Iran, that wasn't going on there. Iran is one of them countries that's really fighting against that. Can you attest to that? Iran is one of the countries that doesn't want nothing to do with westernized society.
You know that, right? China too. You know that. I know you know that.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
But maybe that's why you've been here 10 years, because you love it here. You love America. It's written all on your face, man. Let me get there. I got one more for you, all right? Wisdom of Solomon 12:20.
I should go.
One last one. Wisdom of Solomon 12:20.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 20. Read up. For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children, and the condemn.
Carefully, Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 20.
Right?
For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children, and the condemned to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malady.
Keep going. Yeah, so we're about to be delivered, man. Hey, we're going into slavery, man.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
They just attacked an Iranian general a couple months ago.
Israel, yeah, right? Israel, right?
coming.
Yeah, Israel, yeah.
Anyhow, where was we at? Go back to Revelation 14.
I'm still holding Luke 1 and 68.
Yeah, get that. Get Luke 1 and 68, and then get back to Revelation 14 and like 2. Who was that?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68.
Read up.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel,
Yep.
for he has visited and redeemed his
His
people,
They have visited and redeemed his people.
and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
So that risen up a horn of salvation for us in his servant David. Keep going.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophet,
Yep.
which have been since the world began.
And that proves that Yahushua was in the Old Testament. But he spoke by the hands of his prophets, man. Okay.
That
Keep
we,
going.
that we should be saved from our enemies.
That what?
That we should be saved from our enemies.
And from the hand of all that hate us.
And in the hands of all them that hate us. All these nations hate us. What it say in the book of Maccabees? Matthias, he told his sons, he said, look, what nation have not touched us? What nation have not polluted us or did us wrong? Them Iranians did too. Okay? Medo-Persia?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kafas. Go ahead.
Verse 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear,
Keep going.
in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our lives.
Go. Get the last verse out.
Jumping down to verse 80. And the child grew and waxed strong.
Now, who's this talking about, man? He's talking about Yahushua. So the child grew and waxed strong. He was teaching at 12 years old, man, confounding people. Go ahead.
And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, and was in the deserts till the day of his showing unto Israel.
So that lamb was only showed unto Israel, not all nations. Go ahead, brother. And then let me get back in Revelation 14 where we was at.
I got you.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 10. I'm gonna start at 19.
Bring it out.
It says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you."
Exactly. So Yahushua told his men, like, look, take no script, don't even take nothing, man, right? Because it's through the Spirit what we speaking, man. Yep.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 29.
Bring it out.
It says, "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow."
All you that bend a bow's a weapon of war. You put arrows in. You take the arrows out the quiver, and you put that arrow in the bow and you shoot it. The Most High said, get them archers ready to arch Babylon.
It says, "All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about."
Encamp against it round about, compass it.
It says, "Let none escape." It says, "Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works."
Recompense her according to her works. So you reap what you sow. America,
It says, according
Britain, all of them. Keep going.
It says, "According to all that she have done, do unto her. For she have been proud against the Lord, Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel."
Exactly. Against the Holy One of Israel. Okay, go ahead and then I need Revelation again, please.
14.
Yeah. Masha, get yours first, though.
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 25.
Bring it out.
But he that doth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done.
Right?
And there's no respect of persons.
There's no respect of persons, okay? And that applies to wicked Israelites too. That's why we need Yahushua, man. So Lord willing, he can cover our sin. But again, it's only going to be to the ones that the Most High had given to him, that has the name written on their foreheads. Revelation.
This is the book of Revelation 14, picking up at verse 2.
Bring it out.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
Yup.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
And before the four beasts. And the elders.
And before the four beasts. Hold on now. And before the four beasts, right? The cherubs and the 24 elders at Holy Sanhedrin that is in the midst of Yahweh's throne. Okay? There's a plenty of examples of men seeing the exact same thing. Ezekiel, Zechariah, John the Revelator, they all saw Yahweh. They seen the throne, man. Okay? That's why it says he sitteth upon the circle of the earth, looking down. Hold up, go ahead.
And no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
That's why we can't get emotional when people don't get it, because only the elect can get it. Only the hopeful elect. This is going to click with and make sense.
Resonate.
It's going to resonate. You know? Stick. Like last week we had some snowfall. It didn't stick. Right? But the spiritual snow that the Most High has fallen as the dew of heaven is going to stick to the elect. Okay? We're going to be knee deep in it if it can resonate with you.
which were redeemed from the earth.
See that? Which were redeemed from the earth. So the earth is the playing field. The earth is where judgment is carried out on. Right? Read on out.
These are they which were not defiled.
No, hold on, bro. I'm gonna let Kafash. Go ahead, keep going.
These are
got
they
you, Al.
which were not defiled with women.
Which were what?
Which
were not defiled
defiled
with
with
women. Get Proverbs 7:1. Now, does that mean you can't have intercourse with a woman? No, that means you're not defiled by the other philosophies and these false gods. They're likened unto other women.
This is Proverbs 7:1.
And somebody also let me give Wisdom of Solomon 18:1.
Proverbs 7:1.
Right?
My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee.
Lay up my commandments with thee. Now, can you make the scriptures with any other books?
No.
La'ah or Khan? La'ah. Go ahead.
Keep my commandments and live.
What?
Keep my commandments and live.
Talking to you, Israel. Keep my commandments and live. Didn't the Lord say what? The wages of sin
Death.
is death.
Right.
Hold on, I got you. I didn't forget. I got you.
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
Exactly. And the law as the apple of thine eye. Go to verse 4.
Yeah. Bind them up upon thy fingers. Write them upon thy table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom,
Say unto wisdom.
thou art my sister.
Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister.
And call understanding thy kinswoman.
And call understanding thy kinswoman. All right? Now the elect's going to do that. The elect's not going to be worried about celebrating Kwanzaa
Right.
or Christmas or turning up for the New Year's, watching the ball drop, man. We want destruction to drop.
That's right.
We want it to be Sodom and Gomorrah times 100 for this place. Go get yours, dog. That's what we hoping for.
This is Isaiah 5, I'm starting 19.
You know.
It says that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it.
Can you switch with that brother?
It says Isaiah 5:19. It says that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come,
Right.
that we may know it. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil,
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Okay?
that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Right? That put darkness for light, man. Okay? Like we was going into the beginning of the lesson, man. Men creating holy days out of thin air, man. This Kwanzaa's nonsense.
It says that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
'Cause
Woe,
that's a
woe
bitter
unto
cup.
them. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Exactly like that man in 1966 said, let me give African Americans their own holiday, you know?
Let's placate them.
Exactly. Hey y'all, what color is Jesus Christ?
Brown.
Hey, good answer, right? Good answer. Go ahead, Revelation 14.
Finish it up. Revelation 14, continuing on verse 4.
Bring it out.
For they are virgins.
So they are virgins, man, not defiled. Okay?
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
See that whithersoever you go, just like in 1 Corinthians 6, when it tells you, can your house shine, roughly paraphrase it, can you, let me get it, man. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, and I want to go to verse keep going out.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God.
These are redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High. Okay, just like how we have a feast or an appointed time of first fruits. Okay, after 4 months of the new year, when we give reverence to the Most High, the elect are going to be the first fruits, okay, that are going to be a part of the marriage of the Lamb.
That's right.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16.
Bring it out.
What ye know, not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body. For two, save he, shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Lord is of one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What ye know not, that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own. Okay? For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's. So you can't, actually, Salaki, let me go to verse 15. That's what I wanted. I got you. 1 Corinthians 6 and 15, Salaki. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahushua? Shall I then take the members of Yahushua and make them the members of an harlot? The Most High forbid. So you cannot mix the religion, for lack of a better term, your heritage of being a Hebrew Israelite, and mix it in with Mormonism or mix it in with any other philosophy. Okay, you can't mix it in with 5%ers. You know, the first fruits are going to be ripe and pure. They're not going to have blemish, man.
I got one. So 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right. For
what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness?
At the end of the day, they'll drag you down, man. People that are not walking in the light. You know? Because ultimately, they don't have Yahushua.